side, Washington very dangerous as well. Washington have 3 players that they are led by. They have 4 players, though, that have been averaging double figures in Big Ten play in their new conference as we are underway with Washington starting off with their away black jerseys and Columbia deemed the higher seed in their home white. And on the first board, as you're looking at your starting lineups, brought to you by Capital One for Columbia. Perry Page has been a huge bid for them. Kitty Henderson, how amazing has she been within the conference? And Cecilia Collins, you talked about their big 3 on the other side for Washington, but that is their big 3 that have done a remarkable job in the Ivy League. 3 of the top 10 scorers in that league on the floor right now for Columbia.
That's been the biggest difference this season with Columbia. All the pieces that they have to the puzzle. Everyone has their role. Everyone shines in their moment. That's why they've been so successful.
Looking in for Daniels at the rim. We talked about how explosive Delia Daniels is coming in. The Seattle native. Spent 2 seasons at California. Found a home with the home team with Washington. How about 4 starters returning for Washington as you're looking at their starting lineup for Capital One? Columbia looking for their first points of this ball game as we're almost 2 minutes into this one. Kitty Henderson with 10 on the shot clock. Washington has been hovering them on the floor. 5 on the shot clock. The heave bounces around and in. Has won 5 of their last 6 games. We talked about how they have been battle tested within their new conference in the Big Ten. And a turnover for them, the first one of the ball game. Riley Weiss kicks it out for the 3. No good. Back iron. And a second chance opportunity as Susie Raphew ran that one down.
And this is where they are so good, crashing the glass. Coach Tina Langley from Washington said that that's something they have to watch out for. They got to crash the glass defensively, keep Columbia off the boards.
They're 6th in the nation as far as offensive rebounds. They have 3 to work with, and the last second heave good for Collins. Back-to-back buckets for her.
Yeah, Collins has been great to start. She's flying around. She's getting everywhere, bringing the paint points in for the Lions.
And a quick one on the other side, Asia. I feel like this is going to be a very fast-paced. As you're looking at head coach Tina Langley, who is a program builder, had a remarkable stretch with Rice. And I hear that she coached you too. Had some success at Maryland as a Final Four team there. Another short shot clock for the Lions. The heave, and that one is off the back iron. And Daniels brings that possession to a close.
Excellent defensive possession there by Washington, just letting them get into the shot clock and forcing a tough one.
Washington's first time back in the NCAA tournament since 2017 when Kelsey Plum was on the roster in her final season. She is the team's leading scorer, the sophomore guard. And Anchorage, and another response underneath. Susie Raphew is going to be needed for this team underneath.
Absolutely. I'm looking for that matchup in the paint.
Ella Dean, you can get comfortable talking about her name. So explosive play. Shooting 88% from the free throw line and couldn't connect there. Washington to a quick 10-6 start as that one off the mark from outside for Collins. Megan Griffith in her 9th season as head coach, returning to her alma mater, and has been phenomenal for them. Their 3rd straight Ivy League regular season title. Got to the championship game, lost to Harvard as we mentioned in this season. And another quick strike underneath. Xavier Sellers.
That's the biggest difference maker here.
Another outside 3 for Columbia off the mark. They are 0 for 7 from that area.
0 for 7 from 3, and then you have Washington who's outscoring them 12-4 in the paint.
Chloe Briggs passes it on to Ella Dean. And a rare short shot clock for them. The turnaround by Daniels. Check her footwork.
She's such a pretty move in the paint.
Just under halfway in this first quarter. Washington on a 6-0 run. They've hit their last 6 shots, and they have done a remarkable job on the defensive end.
And they're doing a great job defensively of keeping Columbia out of the paint and forcing those shots.
By the way, Washington led the Big Ten in three-point percentage on cue. Looking for some points and quick. Just under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Kitty Henderson off the mark again. And another thing, after that first break, too, we're seeing how Washington has responded to how active the Lions are on the glass.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job keeping Columbia just to one shot offensively.
And Delia Daniels continues this Washington run. Henderson held up by Daniels. Maria Aribola in the game as Henderson finally ends the drought for the Lions. As now we're seeing Washington having to set in their 5 offense. Sellers found the space, and the Euro gets her a bucket. Aside as Columbia gets it out of bounds. Perry Page gets the look she wanted underneath. Everything has been rolling for them. 50% from 3, 66% from the field. 5 on the shot clock. The heave, no good for Sellers, and the rebound comes down to Weiss. Won't be able to get it off in time, and that will bring our first quarter to a close. A couple of games underway on the men's side as well. It's a busy day in the Triangle, or weekend rather, as we got Duke, the #1 overall seed, down in Raleigh. Talked about Duke. The women's basketball team is a 2 seed that are hosting, as well as Washington's first look out of the break.
Handoff, excuse me.
Off the bounce. There goes Maria. 4 on the shot clock. Nothing hit the rim, and it will be a jump ball that stays with Columbia. We've seen the defense bump up. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Kitty Henderson off the bounce. Did she get it off in time? They say it's good. And the first bucket we're seeing that's good for either team. Cecilia Daniels going at Refu. Refu got a hand on it. Ladine. Pull up off the mark.
So shot big drive to the basket, and that's a great move by Kitty.
Outside 3, good! The first triple for the Lions.
Ooh, that was so good for Weiss to see that one in from beyond the arc.
And a block foul. Washington can strike. We've seen them start the game red hot from the field, but it was mainly because of transition. What they do to you off of a made bucket. Couldn't connect. The second time they couldn't convert on an and one. And it also concerns me that it's that easy to put your foot back in the shot in the first place.
Some things up, baby.
Another short shot clock. 7 on the board. Kitty Henderson. And she reached in out of frustration after that last miss. Saw a little bit of pressure, 3/4 court from the Lions, slowing things down for the Huskies. Delia Daniels takes a spin move. 2 looks off the mark. 3 looks, and on the third, active is an understatement.
Absolutely, but that's what they need from her. She does have that ability to stretch it out and shoot it. We also talked about how she's a great playmaker. Can make passes and plays for her team.
Couldn't connect at the free throw line. Shooting 70% from the area on the season, but is flirting with, as you mentioned, a double-double already. 9 rebounds and 7 points. Has just missed 2 field goals. Corner 3, Maria. And that has been a struggle so far for Columbia. We saw the momentum shift for them after they knocked down their first one from Rice.
And I think it'll be a huge difference. Hopefully they can get it going late in the second quarter, but even coming out of halftime, just a matter of knocking down those shots, getting used to the basketball. Because they've been getting great looks, just not able to connect on them.
Wiley Rice right now on the bench for the Lions as Sellers turns the corner and gets it as time was winding down on the shot clock. Part of that big 3 that we alluded to earlier in the game. Less than 5 minutes in the first half as a triple good
I mean, coaches talk to us about it. Everybody on this roster is key. Can catch fire, have their role, and she needs everybody to be ready. And that's just a great shot there by Maria.
Sellers.
Washington, a team that does not foul. They've averaged the least bit of fouls, and they haven't committed one yet. So playing great defense.
Kitty Henderson.
Just very judicious in her attack to the basket, and she does draw a lot of contact, so it's good to see the foul being called.
Low is an understatement. Kitty Henderson is shooting 44% from the free throw line this season, and overall as a team they shoot 62%. Washington,
we're on the other side of Washington. You credit Columbia, they're switching up their defense that time. Got Washington really spread out, spread away from the basket, putting a lot of pressure on the ball.
Yeah, Washington shooting just 30% from the field in this quarter as Columbia coming alive with Riley Weiss.
It starts with her.
Averaging just under 18 points per game, was named to the first team All-Ivy as Sellers. Columbia has some time, 20 on the shot clock. Both teams with 9 apiece as far as points in this quarter. Page right away, getting active on
the energy, the momentum that they need, and they've got to find it where they can get it. Right now, it's from Page.
Less than a minute to play in the first half. Delia Daniels going at Page. Gets the bucket. Can the Lions respond? Down double digits. Three ball in and out. And Washington can hold for the last bucket. Instead, Delia Daniels said, how about that double-double before the half closes, and the Lions can hold for the last shot of the half. There is no breaks for the Huskies. 4 on the game clock. Alihash sends it just short of the 3, and that will do it for the half.
This has been so tremendous. Washington just getting everything they can get in the paint. Delia
Daniels, we mentioned it, a double-double at halftime. How about the big 3 that we mentioned for Washington? They had all their points in the second quarter, and they have all their points over the game, but 3 of their total.
We talked to Coach Langley, and she said that was really what she wanted to see, was all of them connect and dominate in one game together. She said I always get 2 out of 3, and now she's getting all 3 early, and that's why they've been dominant.
One thing they haven't done well, though, 2 different areas in this ball game, just 1 for 5 from outside. Both teams make about 8 threes per game, and also just 1 for 4 from the free throw line as Kitty Henderson off the bounce. This year's Ivy All-Academic team as well, but how about her being the winningest player in program history?
A leader on this team.
29 steals in her last 9 games. A balanced player trying to bring this team back at their second look in the NCAA tournament. Seeing that 3-quarter court press that we saw before in the first half. As Daniels said, not this time. 13 points for Daniels. And on the other side, Weiss couldn't connect. Another opportunity. Sellers this time. Couldn't connect, and a lot of contact underneath.
Yeah, Washington, the bench, Coach Langley, all perplexed at the fact that there was no call there. 4 bodies flying to the ground.
Outside look, Page sends it to Weiss. Up top, Trey, good! And the second one. Rafi with the assignment of Daniels, and it's been a battle for them underneath, but Daniels saw the mismatch on Weiss. Couldn't connect. Henderson saw the lane, took it, and another opportunity at the free throw line. Hannah Steins for the Huskies picks up the foul as Kitty Henderson of the first half have already had 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Mix it inside and out.
Aladina's been quiet as well in this ball game. She had an early 8, shooting 50% from the field. 3 on the shot clock. My goodness, a power move underneath, and Riley Weiss would have got I think she took some contact to the face on that take.
Let me tell you something. That quick spin, that is all David Atkins on their staff. I know they broke that down, that move there.
More looks, and how about the double team? More action underneath. Weiss backs up, resets a bit, likes the look against Daniels, off the glass, why not?
You said it, likes the look against Daniels. You know you have that guard post matchup, and she just worked out. Used that foot speed and a great finish.
Riley Weiss has come alive here in the second half. The first player for Columbia in double figures. Pull up by Elatine. Sellers with the assignment of Kitty. Too quick. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. It's gone back and forth, but Columbia dominant in the third frame, 13-6. As Daniel said, I have something to say about it.
Articulate what's on my mind. But yeah, as you said, just very spirited. That's a good way to put it.
Megan Griffith, as we mentioned, 9th season as head coach at Columbia, the winningest coach in school history. Led by her staff, 3 straight Ivy Coaching Staff of the Year awards that their staff has as well, done by committee. 8 on the shot clock as Sellers thought she had a lane. Shooting 82% from the free throw line as well, but also how about 111 assists? For more information, go to NCAA.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA. One of the 3 Ivy League teams getting bounced in the first 4 game. Iowa State winning over Princeton.
Man, was that a good one.
Up as many as 15, and then Iowa State and Audie Crook said, hold the phone.
Hopefully looking to turn it around, clean it up here at the charity stripe.
They are 354th in the NCAA. Not the best. 8th worst in D1. But how about this, though? It does get brighter for the Lions. They've improved to 70% in the last 7 games. So this is the closest it has been since the score was 12-6 in the first quarter. And Columbia has found some of the juice. Eladine off the mark in the corner has been quiet since the first quarter.
And I like this look, the press, and how they were able to execute, finishing with a rebound, Henderson. And I think that's a big key, too. We talk about the offensive woes, but for them to just continue to execute defensively, Columbia will see some great things happen.
Henderson drew 2. Raphew rolls that one in. Columbia now shooting 16% from outside, but the effort they've seen. Henderson, the defensive player of the year in the Ivy. The danger zone, kids, if you're watching at home. Never pick their dribble up in that spot. Hit it off the leg and get an opportunity with less than 90 seconds here in the third. Weiss off the bounce, pulls up. Fortunate, off the rim. Raphew gets bodies up, and that's blocked. That battle between her and Delia Daniels is one to watch. Kitty Henderson with the pick. Pick 6 indeed. 11 points for Henderson. It makes it a 1-possession game.
I mean, how cool is that?
Also made me feel like I'm not doing enough with my life.
What are we doing? He's got a whole Grammy.
He's got a lot of boxes that are checked. Final minute here in the third quarter. Columbia down 3. Washington looking for answers. 8 on the shot clock. Sellers avoids a screen from Daniels. Found a lane and finally gets a bucket. About a second difference between the game and shot clock. Kitty Henderson up top, taking some air out of the ball. 4 left. Baseline drive. Henderson up and under, short. And that will do it for the third quarter. We've seen the adjustments as well for Columbia in hitting shots, but what have you liked most about this surge that we've seen from them on the offensive end?
I mean, the defense has really picked up for Columbia. I think that's fueled their offense. We talked about the adjustments they made and taking away looks from Daniels with the double team. And you see here offensively, they're just scoring inside and out, getting different looks, high percentage shots, and able to connect on them.
Riley Weiss couldn't connect on the three. Angel Gray and Asia Ellison here at Chapel Hill for your Birmingham 2 Regional. The winner of this game will play West Virginia on Saturday. We'll also see the host of the Tar Heels, the Oregon State. Saw West Virginia. The women's basketball team was here just a few moments ago. I think they're going to watch the rest from the comfort of their own hotel. Columbia gets the steal, of course. Henderson leading the way. Weiss, three-ball, good!
What a play here. It starts with Henderson on the break. I told you in the open, you got to watch out for Weiss, where she is every single time, because she is lethal.
Found everything they wanted, and it has been a different story here in the second half. And everyone was looking around to see where it was going to be charged to. Very interesting call there.
Very interesting indeed.
Delia Daniels was met with the double team and the push in the back on Sellers.
Not even just her touches, but taking away that look, just stinging inside, forcing the guards not to pass up.
Sellers off the mark and have struggled from the free throw line. We were talking about Columbia and their free throw woes, but it seems like it's flipped.
Absolutely, that's going to be huge. We see now it's being called a lot tighter in this fourth quarter, so let the C teams go to that line.
Columbia with their first lead because of their leading scorer in Riley Weiss, who has taken over this ball game. Shooting 37% from three. Weiss has been filling it in the second half as Daniels going at Rappew, who just picked up her third foul. Sellers, little nifty look to the rim.
That's her game. That's what she's been getting all game, that rip to the basket. Kitty Henderson doing a lot of helping off on Daniels, so Sellers can make a living off of just getting to the basket.
Weiss again, why not? Maria Oblihash disrupted the pass, and it will be a dump ball going back to Columbia. Riley Weiss said, I am better than this. And we have seen it in the second half, just with 5 points, 1 for 5 from the field. And it is a different story with a sophomore out of New York. And they build on it. Sellers met with the trap. Another turnover. Columbia can add with numbers. And Perry Page
Defensively, just being stifling and disruptive.
Turns the ball over on the attempt. Looks like an easy two for Steins, and she gets that one to drop. Hannah Steins coming off a game where she had 5 points against Michigan. And on this end, Cecilia Collins. We mentioned the stars for both squads. They've delivered. The big three for Washington, all in double figures. Riley Weiss with 20, and 2 more of the big three in double figures as well, as Sellers drains that from the key. Approaching the halfway mark here in the fourth quarter. Perry Page sets the screen. Kitty Henderson just short on the layup. To a basic man. Columbia outscoring Washington 14-6 in this fourth quarter. Sellers shoots over Page. And it's our time, 21 points. Second time we're seeing them in the first 4. As they've turned the ball over back-to-back times now. Sellers almost kissed that off the glass, and it will be a foul staying here for Washington.
I love them getting to the free throw line.
Tegan Brown at the free throw line. Saw her uptick in minutes in in the Big Ten tournament. And ties this ball game at 54. More ball movement for the Lions. Weiss might have been deflected by Brown. And if the officials needed any help, the entire Columbia, most things are in unison for the Ivy League Columbia. 9 on the shot clock. The backdoor by Weiss, no good. Very congested in that corner. On cue, Susie Raffieu. We've mentioned the big three. Well, in the third quarter, she was on the board as well. Sellers got picked. Who else? Kitty Henderson. Slowing things down for the Lions. Eight steals for Columbia. They have done it on the defensive end here in the second half. Out top. Tray ball, good. Ella Dean, all parts of that rim were touched. And she's now at 13. Final minute of play. And a lot on the line. Both teams said we packed for the week. 8 on the shot clock. Kitty Henderson going at Sellers, working baseline, tapped away. Gotta go up in a block by Daniels, another shot clock violation. A 6-second difference between the game and shot clock. A 2 will tie it, a 3 gives Washington the lead. Sellers couldn't connect. And Perry Page gets the rebound. And here we go, 22.8 on the game clock, and Riley Weiss with the rock, and she will be fouled. And Riley Weiss, who has shot 87% from the free throw line this season, drains the first. 21 points for the sophomore out of Hewlett, New York, and drains the second. So who does it go to for Washington?
I'm getting the ball to Savia Sellers.
Up top it goes to Ella. Oh, wow! Ella Dean with the triple. It makes it a 1-point game.
Excuse me, or Ella Dean, the player that can shoot.
The lead by 4, the triple by Ella Dean. The junior from San Francisco, California, with a huge triple. And they find Riley Weiss, and right away, money. Shooting close to 80% from the free throw line. And continues. A lot of time coming off. A 3 is needed. Ella Dean again, back iron. Perry Page hit the ceiling for that rebound. Be in this moment. You are huge for our success. And can seal it here off the back iron. 1.7 left. Time left. 1.7 as a heave for Ella Dean.